Today I'm going to show you how to get that freeform Steller vibe that you just heard. Let's break it down step by step and let me know in the comments which artists I should cover next. So the BPM for this project is 87. I'm going to break down the drums first, then the synths, and finally the fills. So the drums sound like this. They consist of a kick drum, 3 snares layered, so that one, this one, and that other one. The 3 of them together sounds like this. Then I have a hi-hat. And as you can see, I'm using 2 hi-hat samples, so that one and then this one. And that just gives like a little extra movement to the groove. And then I have this open hat sample. That's for the drums. Now jumping into the synths. In the Synths group, I have my sidechain already engaged with this utility. So every time that the drum kick or that the snare hits, it's ducking the volume. And besides that, I also have a reverb throw automation, which is something that if you're familiar with my videos, you know that I do a lot. And it just creates like this nice transition effect from section to section. Then the first sound that you hear is this one. Well, it's actually 2 sounds. It's this Yoi Bass. And then this filtered bass. So let's break down this Yoi Bass first. So for this one, I started with a simple square wave. It sounds like that. That is being modulated, the level is being modulated by the LFO2, 1/16th rate with this shape. Then I enable a filter. Check out that the resonance in here is 76% and the other values look like this. I'm using this LFO3 with this rate and this shape to modulate the cutoff amount. So that's for the oscillator tab. Then let's go to the effects. I have downsampling, which basically gives it that Yoi Bass sound. If you mess with the drive, it's gonna give you different tonalities. Then I enable this multiband compression, a little bit of reverb, hyper dimension, and this EQ just cutting the low end. Something else that I have in here is on LFO1, I'm doing a pitch bend or a main tuning modulation, I should say. So if I go to the matrix, you'll notice that LFO1 goes to global main tuning and it's dropping 9%, which is the same as 12 semitones. And it's doing this motion like going downwards. So let me show you how that sounds if I modify it. I can make it longer. That's also a cool effect, but for this one, I just wanted something like that. So outside of the patch, I have this auto pan with this rate and amount, and you can see that I'm actually automating some of those values, like the amount. The second time around, it's a little bit less. And on the second part of the drop, I have the rate changing from 1/16 to 1/8 triplets. And once again, I'm playing with the rate in this part. And also for the second part, I am enabling this shifter. So in the first part of the drop is disabled, and in the second part, as you can see in the automation, I'm just enabling it, and it's on frequency mode, dry wet, and the find knob is at -4 Hertz. And that's just giving some extra movement. Then at the end I have this EQ, which is cutting the low end below 150 and boosting some of the mid-range and mid-highs like around 1.3 and 6.5K. So that's for that sound, and then I have that being layered with this other one. So let me show you how that one was created. So this one started with a saw wave. And then it doesn't have any modulations in here whatsoever. I do have an LFO, which is modifying something in the effects. So let's go to that tab. First of all, I have some hyper dimension. Then I have some diode 1 distortion. Some curves with these parameters. And then this filter in here is what's given the the whole basically texture and movement to the sound. And I'm just doing a cutoff modulation with this LFO. So basically starting a little bit open, going down, and then opening up more at the end. And if you notice, I have a macro one in here, and that's basically being routed to the resonance. And outside of Serum, I have this automation, which it's basically increasing the resonance on this part in here. So making it just a little bit more vowel-y. Yeah, just on that part and in this part as well. And you can like absolutely play more with this and do it even more pronounced. Or less, like. But for me, like around 84 in the macro was pretty good. So this is the amount that I'm doing for the macro. This is the amount of resonance. And yeah, that's for that filtered bass sound. Now let's move on to this section, which is once again 2 sounds layered. So this is the first one, and this is the second one. So let's go to this one first. So this one also started with a square wave. I have this LFO one that is modulating the level of oscillator A, B, and C actually. So then I enable this harmonic series, and this is what's given the tone that you hear. So the wavetable position is 10, and I have 7 voices of unison with this amount of detuning and this amount of blend. Then the LFO is modulating the level. Then I enable oscillator C, which has this dirty saw wavetable, position 141, low pass filter, soft clipping, and the level once again being modulated. Something very important for the texture of this one is the comps filter in here, which is actually just affecting oscillator A. And that's it for this tab. Let's move on to the effects. I have not so much, just compression. Then some hyper dimension, and then some curves. So that's for this one. Outside of the patch, I just have this EQ boosting around the 300 range and cutting everything below 150 because this other layer covers for that area. So let's break down this one next. Gonna mute this. So this one started with this wavetable from the analog folder. LFO1, as you can see, is pretty similar to the other patch that we just broke down, and it's doing a level automation once again. Not getting too much sound, but we'll get there. Then we have a saw wave in here, which I actually modified the wavetable. So I put this extra harmonic in here. and this is going direct out into the bus 1. The level is being modulated as well. In the effects tab, I have a compression, multiband, hyperdimension. This EQ just boosting a lot of the frequency range. Tube distortion in pre-filter mode with these values. And compression once again. Then, as I mentioned, the oscillator B is going to the bus 1, and in the bus 1 I just have soft clipping distortion and this EQ. If I go to the mix tab, something important is that bus 1 is going directly out as well, so it's not going through the main tab of effects. That sounds. Then outside of the patch I just have this amp plugin with these values over here, and in the second part of the drop I am enabling the shifter. Just once again giving extra movement, and it has the exact same values as the first patch that we broke down, the Yoi Bass. Then I just have an EQ cutting a little bit on the low mids and boosting around the 900 and the 7K area. Something important as well is that I have this macro, which is controlling the frequency of the filter in the distortion and the drive of it, both at the same time. And as you can see, I'm automating that macro amount. So in the first part of the drop, it's right at 0, and then in the second part, it's at 37. So let's mute this so you can hear only the difference from the macro. Yeah, so it just gives it like a slightly different timbre. Then we have this fill. And by the way, if you want to play around with this drop or just dive deeper into how everything was made, I uploaded the full project and all the Serum presets on my Patreon. Link is in the description if you want to get it. Then after the Harmonic Bass, I have this Wub Fill. And that one started with a square wave. Using a lot of square waves in this project actually. The LFO1 looks like this, and it's modulating the level. Then I have this filter. Which is also being modulated by the LFO1 in the cutoff. And then I have some effects like hyperdimension, compression, distortion, a little bit of phaser, and reverb. Being also modulated by the LFO1. Playing at the same time as that Wub Fill, I also have this horn sample, which is something that you can find on tracks from artists like Steller and Zingara, so I thought that it fit the drop really well. Then it repeats in here, and I also have this other fill, which started with this sine wave, analog BD sine, FM from B, 42%. I have a sub oscillator which is going directly out into the bus 1. Then oscillator B, it's a triangle wave 2 octaves up, level all the way down, and is just affecting the oscillator A via the phase distortion. Then I have square wave on the oscillator C, and this is going to the bus 1. Filter, bandpass, only affecting oscillator A. With those values over there, and now let's go to the mix first. Bus 1 is going directly out, and sub is going directly out. And if we go to the bus 1, I have this filter, then soft clipping distortion, and this EQ with these values. Then going to the main tab, I have hyperdimension, another filter being modulated by the LFO1, some phaser, reverb. And this EQ just cleaning and shaping the sound a little bit. Then going into the fills, I just have some reverb fills like this, vocals with a lot of reverb and delay. And this crash. I also have some reverse crashes like this. And some extra vocals like this one.
Here we go. Yes.
If you're into sounds like this, you'll definitely love my Singara breakdown. Check it out next by tapping the video on screen, and I'll see you there.